Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel SwordfireX5 in the studio. November 7th, 2021, friends. Excited about this evening's episode. Decided to do something a little different. I want to do a card trick. My favorite card trick revealed to you, the audience, who may be learning a card trick for the very first time. If so, fear not, because this one's pretty easy to learn. It's one of my favorites. It is my favorite. It's actually the only card trick I know that have memorized over time, just by doing it a lot because I love it so much and it's a lot of fun. And I usually get a great reaction from the people that witness it. So if you're here tonight and you want to learn how to do a card trick, you've come to the right spot. They say a good magician never reveals his secrets. So we are in luck tonight because I am not a good magician, just good enough to pull this one off. So if that's what you're here for, let's get into it without further ado. Pull the camera down. And I think I'm going to start off by doing the trick for you. And then I'll go through and reveal how it is done. Just give a quick shuffle to the cards here. And I'm going to ask you, the audience, to pick a card, any card that you would like. Let's say you pick, which one do you want? Oh, go back. How about that one? Okay. All right. I'll show it to you. I'll look away. There's no possible way I can know what this card is. So now I'm going to ask that you place the card on top of the deck in my hand. So try to get it lost in there so there's no possible way I can know what it is. And I'm just going to pull off a couple piles here, put them down, get them all mixed in, maybe give another shuffle real quick. Try to get, I'm not very good at shuffling this way, so that's all right. It's where the not a pro comes in. But now that they're mixed in, I'm going to do also what's called is a sloppy shuffle, where I just peel a couple cards off the top, flip them around, mix them all up really good. Just get them all in there so there's no possible way I can know what your card is. Now, you're going to see that by pulling the deck apart, there are cards that are back to face. There's cards that are back to back. And there's also cards that are face to back. But with a quick and skillful snap of my fingers, you'll see that the only card to be revealed is your card, the Two of Hearts. Okay, so how did I do it? It's really simple, friends. The first thing you're going to want to do when it comes to doing this card trick is, before anything else, this is a really important step, is to give the deck of cards a slight little bend in the middle. And I'll explain why this is done later. So then the next step is you're going to proceed to shuffle the cards, and you're going to ask the audience, pick a card, any card. They're going to say, I want that one. And so that is the Two of Clubs. The next step to this card trick, friends, is to break the cards apart, but leave yourself just a thin little amount you hold on to, and set that off to the side. You will ask the spectator to put their card on top of the pile in your hands. So now you know this card is on top of this little pile that you've broken apart. You're going to take the other half of the deck and set it on top. But when you set it on top, you're going to want to do what's called a pinky break. A pinky break is where you leave your pinky in the corner of the card just ever so slightly to keep it separated, knowing where the spot is in the deck that they set their card. So then the next step is to break off small little piles and set them to the side, getting down until you have the pile where their card, you know, is on top, the Two of Clubs. You're going to set that mini pile on top of the rest of the cards. So now we know the spectator's card is on top of the deck. We're going to do a quick shuffle. But before we shuffle, we're going to pull the top card off with our thumb and move it to the bottom of the deck. So you're just going to put a little bit of pressure on that card with your thumb, pull it off, throw the deck on front of it, and then from there on out, you're just going to put a little pressure with your forefinger and your thumb on the top and the bottom card, and you're going to pull those off first and shuffle. And you're going to continue to do that for however long you want. Just continue to pull the cards top and bottom off. keeping the spectator's card on the bottom of the deck. So now this is the cool part that really throws people in a twister, is the sloppy shuffle. And it's super easy to do. You're going to just peel off a few cards and you're going to flip them away from you. Peel off a few more, flip them back. Peel off some, flip them. Peel off some, flip them. And you're going to work yourself all the way down to that last card on the bottom, where you're going to flip it and move that card to the top of the deck. I know this can get really confusing, but don't let it over confuse you. Just forward, back, until you get to the bottom. And now you're going to see, because you made that fold in the deck at the beginning of the video, the cards naturally push apart. And you'll see half of this deck is one way, and the other half of the deck is the other way. It's deceiving because the spectator's card is now on top of the pile. And you're going to show the audience and the spectator that some cards are face to back, which is the first deck. You're going to let that curve in the deck naturally push itself apart. Some cards are back to back. And then the other half of the deck, you're going to show them some cards are face to back. And you're going to pull the deck apart again, but this time when you put it back together, you're going to flip the top pile so the spectator's card is now on the bottom of the deck that was in your right hand, and put the whole deck back together. You're going to say, you know, with a snap of my fingers or my magic wand or saying a magic word, with one snap of my finger, I will reveal to you that the only card to be revealed is your card in the middle of the deck. And that is the card trick, basically. So, that is how it is done. If any part of that is super confusing or you have any trouble, just go back, maybe watch again, or maybe I can explain something better. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Practice it. It's going to be a long, harsh winter, I think, and it will be good to know a card trick for your partying events. This is SwordfireX5. You guys have a great start to your week starting tomorrow, and I will see you guys on the next one.